Biti has weighed in into the ZANU PF succession debate that is currently ongoing, with more signs indicating that the Mnangagwa faction, in case of desperation, they are opting for Gudawashe Tagwirei as a way of actually blocking retired General Chiwenga's ambitions to become the president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Tendai Biti has actually portrayed Gudawashe Tagwirei as a criminal, someone who collapsed the Zimbabwean currency in 2019 to the surprise of Bretton Woods institutions such as the World Bank and the IMF, and have said it to be disastrous to witness an individual like Gudawashe Tagwirei being at the helm of Zimbabwe, being the president of Zimbabwe. He's raising his voice as a former member of parliament, as well as a former deputy president of the Citizens Coalition for Change. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. Let's listen to Tendai Biti. Of course, people cannot actually see visuals, but I'm able to play the audios, especially for those who would be calling for V11s. Before I analyze whatever he says, let us listen to him. It's just a 3 minutes video. Just bear with me as I play it.
His US 360 million treasury bill was not converted to US dollars in February of 2019. He then injected this treasury bill into the local market in June and July of 2019, causing the local currency to literally collapse. The Reserve Bank was forced to act. Briefly, his accounts were frozen, but the net result was that suddenly 360 million US dollars was flooded on the local market and the local currency collapsed. Any watcher of the economy, including the IMF, were frightened by that development. Individual, this powerful cartel that can destroy the currency within a single day, then the country can be held ransom at any time. It is crazy to think that this criminal actually has ambitions to be the next president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. It can't happen and shouldn't be allowed to happen. I feel pity for ZANU PF. ZANU PF is being reduced to a commodity that can be bought by a few trinkets, a few motor vehicles, a few GT6s. What kind of a country if we become? David Woolsey Staple is standing in his grave. Joshua Nkabukonkomo is standing in his grave. Dumiso Dabengwa is standing in his grave. The thousands of liberators that died in Chimoyo, Nyadzonya are standing in their graves. For if they knew that the country and their political party was open to the highest bidder, they wouldn't have gone to war. So it's a shame. Shame on ZANU PF. Shame on ZANU PF. Shame on everyone in ZANU PF that you allow yourself to be reduced to a commodity with use value and exchange value. Which brings me to the attempts to amend the constitution. You cannot amend the constitution to remove two limits without two referendums. One, to actually deal with the term limits that are provided for in terms of Section 328. And the second, referendum to make sure that when the amendments are made, they benefit you. So ZANU PF can't make these amendments without these two referendums. Unfortunately, the majority of people in ZANU PF, as a matter of fact, are opposed to this amendment. Fortunately, 99% of Zimbabweans are opposed to this amendment. We will fight this, we will defend the constitution.
Okay, so Tendai Biti in this actually video, he actually exposed a lot of issues. Number one, he indicate how Gudawashe Tagwirei, by injecting foreign currency into the black market, collapsed the Zimbabwe economy within a single day. And also, it did not only stop there, he also talking about ZANU PF succession, which is an ongoing process at the moment. He said ZANU PF has been reduced into a commodity that can be bought by I mean cartels such as the one led by Tagwirei, saying ZANU PF at the moment can be bought by the highest bidder through actually very, very few cars, as we have noticed. Gudawashe Tagwirei attempting to do so, but being resisted by retired General Chiwenga. On this matter, Chiwenga had to stand up to actually stop Gudawashe Tagwirei. But from the look of things, Gudawashe Tagwirei looks set to actually fight for this. You can see he is getting bogus doctorates from Nigeria. He is actually trying to impress Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa with all he has, so that he can get his endorsement. You can tell that the man is fighting really for the top job in Zimbabwe. And at the moment, as much as Tendai Biti indicated that the constitution in Zimbabwe cannot be easily changed, especially to accommodate a narrow interest of Gudawashe Tagwirei as well as also Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Now, it must be said that when we are looking at Gudawashe Tagwirei, he is not actually a standalone being. Gudawashe Tagwirei is a man for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, is an alternative in case the 2030 mantra for Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa backfires. And the very fact that Mnangagwa has decided to bring Gudawashe Tagwirei to the fore shows that he is seeing that his ship in ZANU PF, retired General Chiwenga, has actually blocked his ambitions to remain the president up to 2030. He is noticing the resistance has actually been mounted against him. That is why he is bringing to the fore Gudawashe Tagwirei, of which prematurely he has been actually shot down by the faction of retired General Chiwenga. So Biti was saying this is a shame what is happening in ZANU PF, but I mean also one can ask why all of a sudden Biti is commenting about the issues. I think it is because this is in the best interest of the people of Zimbabwe. They need to be aware of what is internally happening in ZANU PF. It does not suggest that one is supporting ZANU PF, as it may be actually misinterpreted by people with narrow understanding of the politics. At the moment, succession in Zimbabwe is ongoing, whether people likes it or not. Mnangagwa is fighting to survive. Equally so, retired General Chiwenga is preparing to take over from Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. So people have to be aware of these things, because these individuals, they are hiding this. They don't want it to be known. People have to know what is ahead of them. But that was a good commentary, especially by Tendai Biti. He's a seasoned politician, by the way, highly missed in the Zimbabwean parliament because of his robust debate in parliament, as well as taking ZANU PF head on. There is absolutely no one in the history of Zimbabwe who has taken ZANU PF head on like Tendai Biti. That is why they had to fight for him to be actually excluded from the parliament as well as from the opposition. Don't ever think that was an internal CCC fight. It was ZANU PF which actually through its shenanigans made it impossible for Tendai Biti to remain in that parliament, because they knew that he was a stumbling block, and eye for the people of Zimbabwe in that particular parliament. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also remember to follow us on X, formerly Twitter. We are Hloniphani Global News. Equally so on Facebook, we are also Hloniphani Global News. Okancube umhlabane